we kind of expect that out of him. We expect the best from him, and he always performs. So that's great.
Punters and kickers are usually kind of regarded as the weirdos on a college football team, but you've got Phillips and Hackett that are big-time weapons on this team. It seems like they're regarded as any other player.
Oh yeah, definitely. If you talk to Coach Witt, he'll say special teams is the most important unit on the team, and so we don't look at them as different. Oh, sorry,
you're all good.
We don't see them as different. Weird special team guys. They're just another player on the team.
Clint, let me derail OC's captivating special teams talk and ask you about the trench down there, man.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like you guys are starting to get a little. Looks like you guys are starting to get a little multiple out there. I saw you coming off the edge a little bit on Saturday as well. Talk about what we've seen so far from the trench and what's still to come.
I think it was a huge step up from week 1 to week 2. We changed the scheme up a little bit. We went to a 3-man front this week, and we did a little bit of 4-man. And I think that just shows our versatility. That we can bring pressure. With just 3 guys in the trenches, we can still bring that pressure, and then leave Nate free to. Nate can blitz sometimes, or he can drop back into coverage. So I think it's great. The D line is fantastic, and I don't think there's going to be any worries with the first string or second string.
I always hear the same thing from the Utes: is they just reload in the defensive trench. So expect the same thing this year, then?
Oh yeah, without a doubt, yeah.
You held them to minus 4 yards in the first quarter. How were you so successful that way, especially coming off of the Idaho State game where you gave up a lot in the run game?
Yeah, like I said before, we heard in the media people saying how the D line was soft, which is crazy, and we kind of took that on our shoulders to make a point. And if you watch the D line, we were explosive off the ball. Their O linemen couldn't get any push on us, and it freed up. Our linebackers are great, and they were filling the holes awesome. So. Whether it's a D lineman who gets a tackle for loss or a linebacker, it's all the same. If a linebacker is getting through, then usually a D lineman's doing his job.
With Nate Orchard lining up at times as linebacker, do you feel like that gives you guys an advantage where they're looking for him, trying to figure out what he's going to do, and you guys can kind of take advantage of them and just kind of get in there?
Oh yeah, Nate he's such a smart player. You'll watch sometimes. He'll be lined up as linebacker, and then he'll walk up. He looks like he's gonna blitz, and you can hear the O lineman making shift calls like to block him, and then last second he'll drop into coverage, and then that'll leave another D lineman open hole to get into the backfield. So it's great having Nate.
The caliber of opponent is different, much different. So talk about what you guys have to do to help get you guys back on track.
I think what we did this week is kind of the same thing. Just the progression that we made from week 1 to week 2 is we need the same progression. And we have the best coaches in the country. They give us the tools that we need to continue progressing with how we practice, what we do, and so just continuing that progression.
But you guys have taken on Idaho State and Fresno State. I mean, you got the meat of the schedule coming up here. Mm-hmm. Talk about your defensive expectations and what you see from this defense going forward.
I think our defense is going to live up to the tradition that Utah has for their being so defensively stout. I think at every position we have guys that can go to the next level. We're in each position group we have guys who are just as good as anyone in the country. I don't think there's going to be any problems. Our defense is going to be solid this year.
I know that Reg Porter injury was big, but Dom has really stepped in there and surprised me personally. I didn't see that coming, man.
Yeah, he's done great. Coming over from wide receiver, it's nice having him. We're pretty stacked with the wide receiver position, so it was a good opportunity for him. and he's just shown that what just a good athlete he is, that he can move over to defense and shut people down.
But you guys are a little thin at backer. I know that you're hoping to get Gianni back from Michigan, but at the same time, I know you're going through some stuff with Jason right now. Talk about the backer position and exactly how you're going to get through this thin time right now.
I don't think it's that big of a problem. Jared Norris he's phenomenal. And Jason is phenomenal, and our backups are just as good. I think it's hard because when Jared is playing so much, some of the twos I think you kind of get cold standing on the sideline, and so I think I don't know who's gonna if Jason is out, I don't know who's gonna fill his spot, but in practice he's gonna get a lot more reps with the ones, and he'll be accustomed to that and be ready to go come game time.
Just from what I've seen, it'd be Marcus, right? I mean, here's a dude who's converted to linebacker and really wasn't a college linebacker until the springtime. Mm-hmm. Does he have what it takes to play backer?
Yeah, I think he does. He's very athletic. He's quick. He does a great job, especially for just being a converted over to linebacker. But whether it's him or even Wyatt Messina, he does a great job. He has the speed, the quickness. So whoever it is, we'll be fine.
My man, I'm really pumped for you. I know your personal journey's been a long one to get here, and it's great to see you having this success.
Thank you.
Thank you.